And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
And yes, here we are again another day committed to being your consumer advocate. We love to help you win in any marketplace. That is our goal. And we do that by bringing in over 50 different show partners, 80 categories of consumer advocate content and advice right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, helping you win in any marketplace. Going on 9 years on air now. Get a lot of great feedback every week from folks reaching out. We greatly appreciate all those folks that are calling in, supporting the show partners, supporting the local economy here in Tampa Bay. 813-750-0550. You can call or text that line. It's an off-air number, 813-750-0550. Just call or text that line, and we'll make sure we get back to you right away. Also, consumerqb.com. You can see links there to all of our expert contributors at consumerqb.com. Got a great lineup for you today as well. As you know, we bring on some nonprofit organizations. We've got Children's Cancer Center later in the show. Brittany Rudolph going to be representing Children's Cancer Center. We have Alex Lima as well, Blackbelt Fitness and Martial Arts here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, longtime friend of the program. We're going to talk about working out, self-defense, staying in shape, and all that good stuff on the show, as well as Nick Schriver in studio. First time appearance on the program. Decorating Elves is his company, decoratingelves.com. And we're going to talk about 5 benefits to outdoor landscape lighting with Nick as well. Before we do, I want to thank one of our sponsors here for the Consumer Quarterback Show. We've got Replenish IV Solutions, longtime friends of the program. If you want to feel energized, hydrated, replenished, reach out to our friends at Replenish IV Solutions. It's a safe and effective way to restore your body's systems, your crucial systems, by adding those vitamins, those nutrients into your body. I love it. Every month I go in once a month, and I have the nurse is so nice. They offer you a water when you walk in. You come in and you get hooked up with the vitamin infusion drip directly into your bloodstream. So it's going to help you boost your immunity, which everybody's looking for these days. We do like to feature our real estate properties well on the program to help our sellers profit more and sell faster, utilizing our innovation with radio, TV, and internet marketing. 10222 Meadow Crossing is a property that we've got. Meadow Crossing Drive up in New Tampa. This is a gorgeous home, a large home that we've got listed here. 3,500 plus square feet, large corner lot, brand new roof. You got a theater room and a gym, smart home technology and thermostats, 40 solar panels, security systems, screened balcony in Lanai. 10222 Meadow Crossing Drive in Tampa, one of our hot real estate listings here in beautiful Tampa Bay. 117 14th Street in Bel Air. This is another property that we love. Double lot pool home, close to the beach, literally walking distance at the end of the street, and you're on the beach. This is $1 million listing, just over $1 million asking price, and you've got many upgrades: jetted bathtub, temperature controlled wine cooler, and also private pool, 4 bedrooms, 3 bath, almost 2,800 square feet. You can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
This is God's country.
All right, Nick Schriver, welcome into the Consumer Quarterback Show, my friend.
Well, thank you for having me here, Brandon.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming in. So when you look at the outdoor lighting, lots of benefits that people can look at. 5 benefits, let's jump right into it, of outdoor landscape lighting.
Yeah, absolutely. So, like I said earlier, thanks for having me here. And some of the benefits you can get from outdoor landscape lighting are, in the overview, is the beautification of a property, usability, safe passage, security, and you can increase your property value. So with beautification, one of the things we're able to do is we're able to add light and create different lighting scenes and different lighting effects with certain properties to really enhance how that view looks. And a lot of times in the residential setting, that's how the view looks from the street, or sometimes that's how you enjoy in that view looks from the backyard. Usability. So that's really a big one. You know, a lot of people out there, a lot like me, a lot like you, where we work, 9 to 5, we get home 5:30, 6, 7 o'clock. And when we get into the later part of the year, November, January through there, starts getting dark at 5:15, 5:30.
That's right.
And at that time of the night, you're not able to enjoy your landscape or any of your outdoor settings if you don't have some really amazing lighting. So, adding to that usability, extending those hours of the day where you can use your property, use your personal residence, and use all those things that, we really enjoy. Safe passage, obviously that's super helpful. Anytime that we can light stairways or steps or any kinds of grade changes and things like that on the bottom, so that we can, not just get from the car to the house, but maybe get from the house, maybe out to the lake, maybe out to the patio, any of those kinds of features there. There's also times when you're in a landscape and, there can be low-hanging tree limbs, or there could be something that sticks out, or a place where a path narrows. And those are also super helpful in that regard. As far as security goes, and this is always a big one, everybody's always concerned with this. So security, obviously just adding lighting in general, putting lighting on the house, putting lighting in the landscape, adding these features obviously gives it a sense of security in and of itself. But the ability to, just deter opportunists or deter people that may be coming into a neighborhood looking for an easy target by putting up some amazing lighting, you can avoid those types of things. So that's always helpful in the security aspect. And then the ability to stretch the security and not just have the security there, but create the sense of security on the inside of the house. So, if you're watching, that CSI show and you're a little freaked out because of the theme, and you look outside and you see shadows, that can continue to cause inner security. Even though you may live in a gated community, you're going, something's out there, it's messing around. Well, if we have some really great lighting that takes those shadows away, you still have that inner sense and that value. So there's a huge help there. And then with just the increase of property value, and you guys know there's a lot of, when it comes to real estate, that first impression is valuable. It's huge, especially when you're driving that residential market, to create that emotional connection and to create that nighttime view, that look where you can just really get that amazing piece. Yeah, very much like you guys see right there on some of those photos. It's absolutely amazing. That stunning view. So those are things that are really, really valuable, and a lot of those key core benefits to adding the outdoor lighting or the landscape lighting to properties.
Absolutely, it really makes it pop when you look at it, and it makes an estate style home just really pop. I mean, it gives you that look. It gives you all these 5 functions as well: the beautification, the usability, safe passage, security, and value. And I know in real estate, when you're looking out, one of the great things the MLS did is that back 2 years ago, you had only 25 slots for pictures. Now you can put up to 100. So if you're marketing luxury properties like we do, we just sold a $2.65 million condo on the beach, for example. But when you're marketing these luxury properties, these estate-style homes, to be able to go out during the day and get that natural light, but then also come back in the evening and get a second round of photography and videos done showing these awesome lights, I mean, that's going to make it pop, going to make it sell faster for more money.
Absolutely. I wasn't aware that the MLS did that, but I mean, that's a huge advantage because photos are everything, you know, and the estate properties benefited from the most because there's the scale and the size of those properties and all the intricate details and everything. But, the nighttime views is when people are home.
Yeah.
That's what they're going to be seeing when they're there. And, being able to, so one of the things we also try to do is not just look at what it looks like from, the front or as you're pulling down the street, because that's a short-term view. You pull in, you go inside, and the neighbors get to enjoy it. So we try to look at, hey, how can we make this really look amazing from inside the house? Like you've got a big beautiful bay window, or the multi-sliders that slide open and look into the yard.
Right.
What are you enjoying through that picture, through those views? So it's really great, and photos are huge. I mean, the world we live in is visual.
Absolutely. DecoratingElves.com. DecoratingElves.com. Nick Schriver here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. He's the general manager of Decorating Elves. And it's kind of interesting. Let's talk a little about, kind of back up and go to the beginning of this company. And it was interesting how you got your name and how, when we were sharing that. So who is DE?
Well, DE ultimately I am one of the guys behind DE. I'm one of the owners. But this started as a labor kind of love back when I was a college student, my senior year at Ohio State. And so I was tired of working in the restaurant business, started waiting tables, started doing all that. And I was still loving Saturday afternoon football games. And so I kind of, after my senior year, I kind of needed to make a couple extra bucks because I had too much fun that fall.
Yeah.
And so I started doing holiday lighting in a community that was nearby. I had some family in the area, and they kind of put me on to a few people, and that grew beyond my wildest expectation. And so made a few dollars. It was good. Learned a lot of things, and that was just as a student. So when I graduated that spring, I moved here to Pinellas County, and I worked with a home builder doing design work because my background's in architecture. And I was doing home plans and design work with those guys for a couple years. And at some point, I decided to let's give it a try again. And so the holiday lighting grew and grew, and then we started adding landscape lighting in and the outdoor lighting in, and it was just a good fit with my design background. And in 2006, Decorating Elves kind of spawned as a fruit of that. The name is a lot of fun. Like, people remember it. We love it. I remember the first time I told my employees that we are now going to be called Decorating Elves from here on. They kind of gave me the biggest eye roll available. And these are all men. They were just like, you got to be kidding. But about a month and a half in, everybody had bought in, and that was 13 years ago. Nice. And people love it. I mean, we love it. It's a lot of hard work, but it's still a lot of fun. And then we've just grown the business from there. We've been part of this community for a really long time now. My kids are 9 and 11. We're in St. Pete. We're integrated in the community. We're doing soccer. We're doing a lot of other functions. My wife's from Clearwater. Actually, she went to Seminole High, so from the Clearwater area. And we love it. It's been a long labor and a long journey here, but it's something that's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's such a great place to live, work, and play, and just a great community that comes together, and a lot of the nonprofits we talked about before. But yeah, that's a great story, man. The Decorating Elves, that's a catchy name. You won't forget it, and it kind of reminds you of what you're there to do, man. You're decorating homes, of course, in the holidays, but also on a daily basis to be able to let homeowners enjoy their full capacity of their home.
Well, and we truly embrace the elves part of it, because the elves have this. There's kind of a mystical idea that they're these little short guys that run around and do work. Well, American elves are a little bit bigger than short. We're all pretty well fed, and we're a lot taller and a lot more muscular than the cartoon images. Yeah. But the image that we try to embrace there is we're going to get into a property. Yep. We're going to do everything that we said we were going to do. We're going to do it as good as we possibly can, and then we're going to get out. We're not going to linger around. We're not going to wait for the job to be done. We're not going to extend it out. We're going to come in as a team, as a crew, get everything done, and then we're going to move to the next project. Awesome. And so that's the part of the elves. That's kind of the elves piece that we try to embrace. And then obviously the decorating side is making it look more than what it is when we started.
Absolutely. And you do some big commercial projects and other things as well. I want to talk about that on the other side of the break. We're going to take a quick break here. When we come back, more with Nick Schriver. He's General Manager, DecoratingElves.com, DecoratingElves.com. And we're going to be right back after this break. Feel good story the other day also is a good one. We've got Stranger's Flood Boy with stuffed sea animals after learning his mom can't afford one. We'll be right back after this short break.
Hey, I'm Ken Shamrock, and you're here with Consumer Quarterback Show. And I say, Brandon Rhymes, knock out your competition.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
Dennis Prager here for Brandon and Lindsay Rhymes, owners of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams. Buying, selling, investing in real estate, their nationwide Keller Williams network makes them the best team to work with. Sellers, have your property featured live on air, creating multiple offers. Buyers, leverage a unique system that gets your offer accepted, never overlooked. Call or text 813-750-0550, 813-750-0550, or consumerqb.com.
Hey, Margie here with the Consumer Quarterback Show and the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. If you're buying, selling, or investing, please give us a shot. We would love to help you. We are a top 1% ranked real estate team here in Tampa Bay, and you can reach us at 813-750-0550. Call or text 813-750-0550. ConsumerQB.com.
Selling commercial or residential property? Don't leave money on the table. List with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. I'm Brandon Rhymes. Reach me at 813-670-7372 or platinummvpteam.com.
You're listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, top 1% ranked real estate team here in Tampa Bay. We feature our real estate listings live on air on our show to help our sellers profit more and sell faster. 207 East Lutz Lake Fern Road. This is a great opportunity for a builder, developer, or maybe even if you want to build your dream home. This is a great opportunity. Vacant land available right here. There's no homeowners association or any CDD. Oversized corner lot. It's zoned residential. Over an acre of land ready to build on. Located in top-rated school districts. Build your dream home and potentially a guest house as well. 207 East Lutz Lake Fern Road in Lutz, Florida. Great opportunity here in beautiful Tampa Bay. And we'll stick with the vacant land theme. I've got another lot available in South Tampa. 202 South West Shore Boulevard. Now this one is a corner lot as well. Just a block south of Kennedy. Also close to West Shore Boulevard in the Plant High School District. Great opportunity to build, corner lot close to a lot of the museums and schools and everything down south. And you've got Grady, Coleman, and Plant High School District, one of the most sought after districts in all of Tampa Bay. And you can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. And let's give a quick shout out to Bilmar Beach Resort, the official hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. That's a beautiful Bilmar Beach Resort on Treasure Island. They've got 2 pools on site, Sloppy Joe's Beach Bar and Restaurant. Great opportunity for a local staycation. Get over there and have fun. Let Clyde Smith, the general manager, know that the real estate quarterback sent you. Book directly, Bilmar Beach Resort on Treasure Island. Let them know the real estate quarterback sent you. All right, we got Nick Schriver in the house, Decorating Elves, having a great conversation here about outdoor lighting, outdoor landscape lighting, and some of the benefits as well. And you got the holidays coming right up. That's a fun time of year, and I bet you're real busy around the holidays, right?
Oh, we get crazy busy, and believe it or not, we actually started that service, started getting ready for that about 3 weeks ago.
I bet, man. Getting all the lights ready, getting all the decorations.
I've got about 4 people right now on our payroll in our warehouse that are on, logging their 8 hours.
Yeah,
starting to get everything ready, starting to dust it off, clean it up, get it prepped, so that when we get into that piece, we're ready to go, and we look like those elves, like I just mentioned in the last segment.
There you go. So you get out there and you start decorating. So Halloween comes up, and you got.
So yeah, actually, that's it's a good mention there, because we do start with the Halloween, and Halloween, obviously Halloween is the October 30th there, actually 31st. I'm sorry, but anyway. We start decorating for that usually about the 3rd week of September, so that's about a month from now. And we've already got a couple of those requests from previous seasons, and we're starting to get those prepped. Halloween's a little bit of a different service than the Christmas service that we offer, because Christmas is a lot of lights and a lot of garland and a lot of wreaths and a lot of bows, and it's really, really about making that showpiece look amazing.
Yeah.
Halloween is a little more fun, and it's a lot more props. And so we have a lot of props. We have a lot, we really excel at putting that graveyard scene in your yard. We're still doing a lot of lighting. We're using purples, and we're using orange, and we're using that kind of that lighter lime-ish green color. Those are kind of your theme colors. So we can do some stuff with the plants with those. But we're also a little more theme parky kind of. We're a little more PG and kid friendly. So you're not going to we're not going to be able to do the extreme, and yeah, there's the great videos. Not going to be able to do the extreme gore or something like that that somebody may want. That's just not really our style. But
yeah,
the Halloween is really meant for kids. It's meant for a lot of fun. Really to make it look good.
So you won't scare the kids too bad when they go up to the door. I remember when I was a kid, or even taking some of the kids out sometimes, and they have that one right by the door. It's like following pops up at the last minute.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
Well, we may have a couple things like that in our tricks. To have, those are a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But we're still just gonna have, like you kind of see there. That's a graveyard scene. There's the skeletons, the graveyards, the lighting, the jack-o'-lantern patches.
Yeah.
Yeah, the jack-o'-lantern patch right there. A lot of that kind of stuff, and it's a lot of fun. Those are a lot of fun. And so Halloween over the years has grown to be a lot more popular and a lot bigger, and people are really doing a lot more with it. So it's been pretty cool, and we've embraced it.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun. And the technology, I imagine, has evolved as well over your career.
So, yeah, as far as lighting goes, the technology in my career, and I've been doing this since 2003, and so that's almost 20 years. And there's been a huge evolution in lighting in general in that time period. So, a lot of us probably remember back, when I was young and I was a kid, and even, those that may be a little bit older than me, I'm 42, you had the one single light bulb that screwed in, at the top of the room, and that was what illuminated the whole thing.
Yep.
Or you might have had the one coach lantern or the one light pole out in the yard, and that's where you got all your light from. Well, over the evolution is we've gotten to like smaller, more specific, what's called an MR16, and that was a halogen lamp. And then, somewhere in 2009, 2010, 2011, in that range is when LED really started to come onto the scene and start to be real popular. And now LED is everything. And LED has went from being this kind of bluish, ugly, kind of non-doing thing to being able to do whatever we want it to do. And it's been about 10, 12 years now in the industry. And you'd think by now that we'd start to settle down and start to have some routine, regular things. But every year there's new improvements. It's doing more.
Yeah.
And so where we used to just have one thing and it just did it in this way, and now you're getting where you can log into a light bulb with your app.
Wow.
And you can make it brighter, you can make it dimmer, you can make it wider, you can make it thinner, you can make it this color, you can make it that color. And so, and that's in the outdoor lighting world as well.
And it's cost efficient too, big time, right?
It's super efficient. So, people ask to say, how much energy are you going to be using? How much electricity does this take me? Am I going to go broke running a lighting system, right? And we always tell them you're not going to go any more broke than watching TV.
Wow.
So your average lighting system, a big, state property, maybe it's 2 TVs. But yeah, it's not much more energy than having your flat screen on, watching whatever programs you watch in the evenings.
That's amazing. The technology.
It's
if
super
you just
efficient.
joined us, by the way, we're talking with Nick Schriver. Decorating Elves is his company. He's the general manager and owner as well. Decoratingelves.com. Decoratingelves.com. You can find him there. He's got a lot of great content on the website there as well. Talk a little bit about the process and the design and the creation.
So with the outdoor lighting process, one of the things we, obviously after we talk to somebody on the phone, we're going to kind of figure out what their wants, needs, and dreams are, and make sure that we're the right fit for what they're looking for, and then we'll schedule something to come out and meet with them on site, and somebody that may have a COVID issue or something that maybe is a limiting factor, we're going to accommodate. We can do that through Zoom, we can do that through FaceTime, we can do that on site through FaceTime digitally, and so there are things that we will accommodate, so people do not need to worry about that kind of stuff. But we're also, when we get on property, which is typically their house or another business, we're going to try to figure out, what's going to make them look good. So before we really jump into saying, hey, you got to put something here, you got to light that, this should light this, like that, or maybe shouldn't, we try to figure out, how these people are, if especially residential home, how are you enjoying your home? How are you enjoying your property? What makes you want to enjoy it? What makes you want to go outside?
Yeah.
What makes you want to have this thing lit? So we try to figure out what all those things are, and then like a great baker, we're going to take that as part of our recipe, and then we're going to try to bake the best cake we can from that. So like as we're walking through the process, when we're learning some of that, we're going to look at a property, and if we're looking at it from the front, from the street, we're going to try to figure out how we can make the front, the entrance, as inviting as possible.
Nice.
So inviting is a big deal because we all know that your house, you want to invite people in, friends, family, and you want it to be welcoming.
Yeah, absolutely. Awesome. Good stuff. We're out of time this time here, but Nick Schriver, thanks for coming in, my friend.
Absolutely.
Check him out online. He's got some really cool stuff. decoratingelves.com, and get ready for the holidays. It's here, it's now, and the kids love it, especially Halloween coming up soon. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Alex Lima in the house, Black Belt Fitness and Martial Arts. We're going to talk about self-defense, exercise, workout, and of course, martial arts here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
This is Chris Voss, former FBI lead hostage negotiator and owner of the Black Swan Group, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show hosted by my friend Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
The competition on the
Five, four, three, two, one.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, helping you win in your real estate deals. If you're buying, selling, or investing, we would love to talk to you. We like to feature our real estate listings live on air here on the show, and we got a hot listing on 132nd Avenue in Largo. This is a great opportunity for builders and developers, and what you have here is vacant land, almost an acre of land with actually 2 structures on it. So you've got 2 rental properties built into this property, 3-bedroom, 1-bath property, and also a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, over an acre of land in Pinellas County, which is very hard to come by. Income opportunity because you can rent out the properties that are currently rented out. Also, you have the perfect opportunity for builders and developers developers or entrepreneurs to be able to design and build new single-family residences. That's a great opportunity here in Tampa Bay. 132 132nd Avenue in Largo is a great property. Also, 1602 East MLK. This is Gill's Body Shop right here in Tampa Bay. This is a commercial property, corner lot location, 45 years in business. So you have the ability to buy this property. You've got a built-in business plus 45 years worth of goodwill and going concern with Gill's Body Shop. People are driving their cars from miles around to let them look underneath the hood there and work on the body shop there. So Gill's Body Shop, 1602 East MLK. And you can see all of our listings at PlatinumMVPTeam.kw.com.
Somewhere sunny and 75.
All right, we got our friend Alex Lima in the house. Blackbelt Fitness and Martial Arts, Blackbelt_Jitsu on Instagram.
That's right, man. What's up?
Welcome back. Good to see you, man.
Always a pleasure, bro.
Congrats on the podcast launch.
Thank you, man. That's something I'm really proud of. For a long time, that's been kind of like, just in my brain, that I know all these interesting people from around the world, high-level competitors and just successful businessmen that I've come in contact throughout the years, and I just want to introduce them, to the world. I think people should be able to have conversations and gain knowledge from these people. And
absolutely.
It's available.
That's what it's all about. It used to be blogging back in the day, and now it's like so much easier. You just plug in and you listen.
It is. Some people would say the podcast thing is kind of a little oversaturated, but not if your content is good and people want to see it.
Right. That's the key.
Yeah.
That's the key. Sometimes people mistake what I do for a podcast. They'll say, yeah, I've got my own radio and TV show. They'll say, oh, you have a podcast? Well, it's actually that. Plus, we're broadcast. We're on multiple stations, 80 different outlets. So, yeah, I kind of get that. People don't really understand exactly what it is and how to do it and how to monetize it even.
They don't, and it's an excellent medium. I mean, being on the Consumer Quarterback Show alone has done wonders for myself, and actually inspired greatly me finally making that push to do the podcast.
Awesome, man. Yeah. That's good to hear. So you're helping people as well. You can do private lessons with Alex Lima. Self-defense. That's one of my favorite topics right now is self-defense. You think about the challenging situation we have, the riots of last summer, just all the different stuff going on, man. It seems like things are polarized, and of course, the open border that we have, the southern border's open. People are coming through. Gangs are coming in. Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's, the majority of people are naive and don't understand how vulnerable they truly are. And even people that think they're truly tough, they've probably never faced like a high-level opponent or like a militant force.
Yes, exactly.
So people don't know how underprepared they are for like a true, life or death situation.
Yeah.
Whether it be just protecting yourself or someone you love.
That's right. Yeah, you don't know what you don't know, and especially if you're overconfident. You say, oh, well, I wrestled in high school, and I got into a couple fights here or there. There's some people out there training every day that are black belts in jiu-jitsu, black belts in kung fu, whatever it might be, karate, all those different places. So what would be like some of the top tips then that you'd say? I mean, a lot of the time I think we go back to awareness, being aware, not having your head down in your phone when you're walking across the street or walking to your car.
Yeah, self-reflect, be more woke, right? Be awake, realize that you are underprepared for most situations, and then sit there and kind of think, don't drive yourself crazy. You can't live in panic and fear, which, most media would want us to, but
right.
You realize that you're vulnerable and find ways to lessen your vulnerability. It's impossible to become like, John Wick in just 3 months of doing some training or whatever.
Yeah.
But you can be a lot more prepared. I have this thing that I teach people as soon as they walk in the door. I go over some basics with them and I show them really quickly. I want them to, I don't want to give away what I do, but I have them come in and do one thing their way. And then I say, now do it my way.
Right.
And you should see the look in their eyes when they realize that just making this small adjustment makes them 100 times more prepared to defend themselves if they had to.
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
Changing one little thing.
That's important. Now, you got an event coming up. You're actually competing for the first time in a while, right?
Man,
September 18th?
Yeah, September 18th, doing a submission-only event. It's going to be in the gi, actually, which, I don't know. I don't dislike the gi. I love it. It's a lot of fun. I've always used it as a training tool. But my focus has always been real fighting and self-defense. So, even when I teach guys, we don't train and go for points. We want to get the finish. We want to do a submission or knock them out or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to test yourself. You have to test yourself and expand your game. And it's the only way to become more complete and a better overall athlete. So this opportunity presented itself, and it's for, you know, an amazing cause. It's called Tap Cancer Out. And thank you, by the way, for you and the show's donation and all the people. You know, we've raised almost $1,000 already just through myself, just through my club. And it's amazing. I don't get a penny of it. It goes straight to the beneficiaries, you know, kids with cancer and adults that are in a real fight for their life.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. And then since COVID happened, I haven't been able to get out there and rough anybody up. So I've been like chomping at the bit to finally get out and compete. So I can't wait.
Yeah, sharpen the saw a little bit.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's over in Winter Haven, is it?
It's like the Orlando Winter Haven area. It's like an hour and like 6 minutes. I think it said on the GPS from cool. Tampa. So I'll have more details posted soon on my socials.
That'll be awesome. And you put out some great content. You do a good job with the content as well. Just the way it goes out, you get a lot of views. A lot of people dig what you're doing.
Yeah, man, and it's so crazy to me because like I don't everything I do, there it is right there, the Tap Cancer Out. Everything that I don't do it to look cool on social media. I do it just to like document my journey, and people are loving it. You know, people are loving it, and I get people from all over the world reaching out to me, asking me questions, saying, "Hey, when are you going to drop the next video or this and that?" And I'm like, "That's cool, man. But you always have for every like 20 likes you have, you'll have like 100 something views." Because most people that are following you they're haters. They're more watching you than they are actually
just trolling.
For sure,
trolling along.
But for those that show love, man, I really appreciate the love and support, and that's why I'm going to keep doing it.
Yeah, that's awesome. So you got your Blackbelt Jones is one of your alter egos, I guess, or not ego, but persona.
Yeah, so it's it's a nickname, believe it or not, and I think people they don't understand what it means. Just give a quick rundown of it. So I grew up doing traditional martial arts, and when I was growing up, you actually got made fun of for doing karate or something like that. So when I finally transitioned over to like MMA and like quote unquote more like hardcore fighting, people used to make fun of me, and they not make fun of me, but in the gym they'd be like, "Hey, what's up, black belt," stuff like that. And but then after I started sparring with these guys and laying people down, the tone started to change. It went from saying "What's up, black belt" to like "Yo, black belt," And then so black belt became like the moniker, and then Jones is when you're jonesing for something.
Yeah.
When you have that itch.
Yeah.
So I'm always jonesing for that next level, that next black belt, that next event, that next challenge.
That's a nice mindset to have.
That's Black Belt Jones, man.
Stay hungry, man.
Always. So
many people in business or sales or whatever, they like they close a big deal and they're like, "Oh, okay, cool. I'll chill out for 2 or 3 weeks. I'll take a month off."
You can't chill, man. You have to have passion. It's very hard to make it to the top, and it's even harder to stay there.
Yeah, so absolutely. We're talking with Alex Lima here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Black Belt Fitness and Martial Arts, Blackbelt_Jitsu on Instagram as well, and you also are from a lot of your family. I think you were born maybe in Cuba, or you're born here.
Yeah, so I was the first of my family born on American soil.
Okay,
my family is from Cuba. Yeah, they migrated over to the United States. Beautiful, wonderful country that we live in, obviously.
So what's the update there, man? I heard one thing I did hear on that is one of these crazy bills they passed with like 1 point whatever trillions of dollars they're just throwing away. What they our great political leaders in Washington D.C. And I say that tongue in cheek, obviously. Yeah. So they attached one of the addendums. I heard the two Florida senators, Ron's the governor. The two Florida senators, Marco Rubio and Senator Scott. So they attached a addendum to this crazy spending bill, 1.2 trillion or whatever it was, that said, hey, let's provide internet access, some sort of internet access. I know Jonathan follows politics pretty well as well, so I think that's accurate. But have you seen anything further on the Cuba issue?
So the internet access thing is incredibly important because even though for many years they've been deemed, or the country has been deemed as kind of like a socialist country, it's not. It's been communist. It got the Russian influence in like the late 50s or whenever it was, and it's been a communist country.
Yeah.
One of the biggest mistakes that Castro ever made was allowing the island to have internet. Because now people can reach out and seek education.
Right.
Because when you're true communism, they're going to cut that out, which is what they tried to do recently.
Right.
And you can control and you can manipulate and put whatever information you want into people's heads.
Yep.
But when I have the ability and power to search on my own and not just look up memes and stuff, I'm talking about truly educating yourself.
Yeah.
Knowledge is power. You become more powerful. And I think that was a great that was a turning point, a boiling point to getting towards where these people finally started to decide to fight back. You start seeing all the time, people, and I don't agree with it, but like the riots and stuff here in the U.S. over the last, couple years or so, people are starting to, it sparks ideas. It sparks ideas. So even though the means of what was going on here was incorrect, the approach was incorrect, in my opinion. But the idea behind it is a great idea, to fight back for what you believe in. But don't hurt innocent people and destroy property.
Exactly. And so with Cuba, they're refugees coming over. People were coming over in boats. It kind of, you saw the video from Afghanistan too. It was just sad to see that big American plane, the
airport.
They were trying to grab on any way they could. Take me to America. How can I get out of here? So we've got freedom here. One thing is, how do we keep it? And then also, back to the Cuban situation. Anything else that comes to mind with Cuba?
Yeah, man, just everybody, send your prayers and positive vibes, to Cuba and around the world. I mean, internet is great, but what those people really need is food and medicine and protection. They can't even, you can't even get an asprin, like for a headache. So imagine you have COVID, or you have a fever, or you have a flu, you have anything going on. Only the wealthiest are what get the attention.
Yeah, the people at the top, the people in the political class, the people in the ruling elite class. Which is, basically what's happening here. You got two different classes. Last year, an interesting stat that stuck out in my mind, $500 billion or $500 billion was basically created and kept up at the top with, so your Amazon folks, all your Bezos, your Zoom class, all the big time social and anybody power players, they got wealthy beyond all imagination with the pandemic. Some people call it a plandemic. And so it's sad to see, man.
It was an opportunity to capitalize, and they seized it. Whether it was pre-coordinated, we don't know, but we can't confirm that. But all I know is that since this has happened, they've made a tremendous amount of money off of people suffering and pain.
Yep, absolutely. And the fear mongering continues. But so when it comes down to daily basis here in Tampa Bay, let's say you're coming out of the mall, you're coming out and it's turning dark, and you're a mom, you got a kid with you, you got what are some of the practical tips? And then also schedule a one-on-one. You can have a private lesson with Alex Lima here, Blackbelt Fitness. He talks about self-defense. He teaches this, and he works with kids as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you see there I'm working with there's actually a family that trains together. It's her mom and her two daughters, and their focus is entirely in self-defense. It's not the self-defense, sport aspect or just fitness aspect of it. Those benefits are going to come. You're going to get in shape while you're learning how to fight and punch and kick and wrestle and do all this stuff. But the thought process is to learn. Let that kid right there is going to be bully proof. We call it the bully proof program.
I like that.
Nobody's going to take her lunch money. But yeah, man, as far as people learning and doing a one-on-one, again, you have to be aware of where your vulnerabilities are. So realize that you're not as strong as you think you are. And even if you're a big, strong guy, how are you going to do when it's 3-on-1? Or it's one guy with a stick or a baseball bat coming at you? You know how to handle that situation? Most people do not. I think one thing that I never really touch on is, I've competed and I've taught at a high level. But I worked as a bouncer, and I did private security for a long time, as well as executive protection. And for people that don't know that, that's bodyguard work. So I was assigned to some high-profile clients and would have to watch them or their children. With that, I did a lot of extra tactical training, and I've done anti-terrorism stuff. Then my time in the fire department, I know how to case out buildings and how to rappel and do. I've done all kinds of stuff. Is the point? So I have a wealth of knowledge that I want to pass on to people. I want people to be able to defend themselves. But you have to want to seek that knowledge. You have to come in open-minded and want to learn these things, and you have to trust the source.
That's right. It's got to come from within as well. Alex Lima here in studio, Black Belt Fitness and Martial Arts, right here in Tampa Bay. So self-defense, you want to get a good workout in. This is a great workout. He's got an event coming up as well, Tap Cancer Out, September 18th, if you want to donate or help with that cause. And you can find them online, blackbelt_jitsu on Instagram. And you got the new podcast. Where's the podcast located?
Man, it's everywhere. So if you go on my YouTube channel, Black Belt Jones Adventures in Manhood, you can find me there. And then I'm on everything right now, man. iTunes, Pandora, Amazon Music, Spotify, Google. You just Google it, it's there.
Nice.
You'll find
search.
it. Yeah, man, it's there. And I was actually surprised. I didn't think I was going to get as many. I've only put one episode out. I'm finalizing the second one now to release.
Yep.
And I didn't think I was going to get as many hits as I have already. And people are downloading it, and it's 100 views on YouTube, and it's only been out for like a week.
Nice.
It's crazy.
I have to see if Shamrock would want to go on yours.
Oh, that'd be dope, dude. I would love that.
I could connect with him.
Let's do it. I want to get you on there too, man. We got to get you on there.
I love it. That'd be awesome, man. All right, final thoughts, final words of wisdom, final parting words of wisdom.
Let's just do better, people. We got to do better. We have to do better with ourselves, mind, body, and spirit. You got to take care of yourself, your well-being for yourself, and if that's not motivating enough for you, do it for your family. And this planet, we only have one, so let's try to leave it, a little better than how we found it.
Absolutely. All right, good stuff. Thanks for coming in, Alex. Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate you, bro.
Good to see you. All right, coming up, we're going to take a quick break here. Coming up, we got Brittany Rudolph, Children's Cancer Center here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Plus, our feel-good story of the day, stranger's flood boy with stuffed sea animals after learning his mom can't afford one. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this short break.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. For more information, go to consumerqb.com.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
This is Diane Vance with Fairway Independent Mortgage, a member of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Please give me a call for any of your mortgage needs. We do all sorts of loans. If you would like information on a mortgage, you can text me or call me at 727-647-8199. I will take care of all your mortgage needs. Go to my website at dianevance.com.
Ian Beckles here with my man Brandon Rhymes, a.k.a. the real estate quarterback. Brandon, what's happening with the market?
Thanks, Ian. We are in a low inventory market, so any of our listeners are homeowners and would like a free comparable market analysis or a 2.5% listing, we will honor this for the first 3 listeners who call or text in 813-773-1253. Free CMA and a 2.5% real estate listing at 813-773-1253. Check out consumerqb.com.
Selling commercial or residential property? Don't leave money on the table. List with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. I'm Brandon Rhymes. Reach me at 813-670-7372 or platinummvpteam.com.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes, Consumer Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. We'd love to help you win. If you're buying, selling, or investing, work with our team. We're going to help you get your offers accepted if you're on the buy side. Of course, the sellers, we like to help you profit more and sell faster, utilizing our innovation with radio, TV, and internet marketing. 80 different outlets, Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, Roku, and of course, we're streaming on all the major social sites, Facebook, YouTube, and others. But we got a hot property here, 117 14th Street in Bel Air. This is a gorgeous beach property, $1.2 million listing of mine. A great opportunity here in Tampa Bay. We've got 4 bedrooms, 3 bath, almost 2,800 square feet, private pool. You've got a temperature-controlled wine closet, jetted bathtub, gourmet kitchen, covered lanai, private pool, double lot. Great opportunity. The home has been designed by a award-winning interior designer, and you can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
This is God's country.
All right, every day we like to tell you something good in our feel-good segment.
Tell me something good.
Okay, so we got a single mom that's feeling grateful and for the overwhelming love and support she's received from strangers on the internet. 2 weeks ago, she posted on Reddit about her son wanting to making her son a stuffed manta ray for his birthday, and she said she's too broke to buy him one. And she said, "quote My son wanted a stuffed manta ray for his 5th birthday. I didn't have the money to buy one, so instead I converted his old baby blanket into one." And her post was called "Poverty Finance." In that forum, garnered more than 66,000 likes and thousands of support unsupported comments, and this is cute. He'll love it. I bet he'll keep it forever. One user commented, "It looks great, so much more than special than if you bought it at a store." And she was inundated with requests from strangers to send her son animals, and so she did. She posted, and the overwhelming support and love and support was so much appreciated. I never expected to get this much and few with so many few views, and honestly, I'd get roasted. You guys are amazing. Truly, I know, just read it, but y'all have lifted my spirits tonight, and I cannot overstate how thankful I am. So there's your feel-good story of the day. Another awesome story about the internet can do positive things. All right, we got Brittany Rudolph, Children's Cancer Center, joining us here. Hey, Brittany.
Hi, Brandon. Thank you so much for having me.
Hey, it's my pleasure. And what's going on over at Children's Cancer Center? I know you guys do a lot of good in the community, and you're helping families cope that are dealing with cancer. What's going on in your world?
Yes, so we are fully back up and running. We have over 30 support programs for the entire family of a child who's diagnosed with pediatric cancer. So, some of our programs that had to move virtual because of COVID, we are back to being fully in person. So it's just so nice to have families back in the building, and the need is there because our families, when they've been coming back to our support groups and whatnot, have been, just so emotional about how much extra support they need. Our catchphrase is they need more than kids need more than medicine to be well. So that's what our families need, and we're fully back up and running, and we're so happy to be serving our families.
Yeah, especially I can imagine it was so difficult with them last year dealing with COVID and all the issues, and just having to sequester and just be in your own. Right, and some good things were created out of the pandemic. We got creative with new ways to reach our families. So we did bedtime tales where we had people from all over the community read bedtime tales to our kids on Wednesday nights. We had Mayor Jane Castor. We've had many people. And so that was a great way to get kids involved, sometimes that are in the hospital, so they probably couldn't come out to our in-person events. And they can get connected with other kids that are going through exactly what they're going through. So we've actually gotten more connectivity as we've gone through this whole thing. So that's a blessing amongst, everything else. It really is. And what other events? Do you have any events coming up soon? Yes, we do. So we're back to our in-person events. So we have the Chick-fil-A Fall Stampede 5K run and 1 mile walk on September 11th. We're going out of Amelie Arena, and we're running on Bayshore, which is such a great run. So that will be about 1,500 runners that will be joining us. Anyone can sign up at fallstampede.com. It doesn't matter if you walk, run, or you are, being pushed in a stroller by your mom. Anyone can join us for that. And then we have Wine, Women, in Shoes. That's a very fun event where it's wine tastings and a high-end fashion show by Neiman Marcus, and that is at Armature Works on November 4th, and that's www.tampa.org. That's a fun event. I was able to MC that a few years ago. Tell Patty I want to do it again. I want to MC
I
that.
will tell her. Now everyone has heard it, so we know now.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, hey, thanks for joining us here. We had kind of a little bit shorter of a segment today with you, Brittany, but we do appreciate all the hard work and effort with Children's Cancer Center. Brittany Rudolph, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Brandon.
We want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Do something kind for one another. Be a force for good in the community. Simple ways you can go out and you can donate blood, for example. Donate some time. Volunteer at a local food bank. Lots of ways you can be a force for good in the community. And we'll see you next time right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Make sure you stop by and check out consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for The Consumer Quarterback Show.